as we continue to fight the spread. And we can protect those most vulnerable around us. With easy access to vaccination locations and the growing ability for more people to be protected, it's our best shot to keep moving forward. It's our best shot for a strong, healthy community. For more information, visit miamidade.gov/vaccine.
Tuesday, and it's 11 a.m., which means it's time for the FIU Music Hour on WDNA 88.9 FM, where we present live weekly performances in the WDNA Jazz Gallery and feature students, faculty, and alumni from Florida International University's Herbert and Nicole Wertheim School of Music and Performing Arts. I'm your host and FIU faculty, Dr. Russ Spiegel, and along with our executive producer, Dr. Karen Velas, we'd like to welcome you to our show. Whether you're listening to us at home, in your car, or live on WDNA.org/FIU, we are delighted to have you with us. And today, we are pleased to feature the Broward Jazz Combo with Alexandra Pola on vocals, Adrian Camacho on trumpet, Carolina Ramos on saxophone, Guillermo Vega on bass, Joel Teclas on piano, and Alexandra Yanez and Alejandro Gonzalez on drums and percussion, and they are led by Professor Jason Furman. The Broward Jazz Combo is an ensemble based around exploring and learning the art of improvisation and group interaction through the study of performance. Under Professor Furman's leadership, the group concentrates on material from the classic jazz eras from the 1950s up to the present. And good morning, Dr. Furman.
Good morning, Russ. Thank you very much. Appreciate us having us here and being here at WDNA.
Wonderful. So what are we going to be hearing first?
First, we're going to be hearing a Pat Metheny classic, and then we'll be having a Duke Ellington classic with Alex Pola on vocals.
All right, so without further ado, the Broward Jazz Combo.
next song is a Duke Ellington classic called In a Mellow Tone. One, two, oh, 1, 2, 3. In a mellow tone, feeling fancy free, and I'm not alone. I've got company, everything's okay. The livelong day with this mellow song, I can't go wrong. In a mellow tone, that's the way to live. If you mope and groan, something's gotta give. Just go your way and laugh and play. There's joy unknown in a mellow tone. Dooey dooey, dooey dooey, dooey bow bow. Wadooba dooba 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 booey, booey booey ba dooba 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 dee. And dooey ba doo, and dooey ba doo ba dooey ba dee. And dooey ba doo, and doo ba doo ba dooey ba dee. Ba 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 da ba ba, ba ba da ba doo. Booey ba doo ba doo ba doo. Da ba doo ba doo ba da ba dooey ba dee. Ba ba da ba dooey ba dee. Ba ba da ba booey. Ba dee ba dooey ba doo dee dee doo doo dooey dee. Ba ba doo ba doo ba dooey ba doo ba doo ba dooey ba dee. And dooey ba doo ba doo ba dooey ba doo ba dee doo. Now in a mellow tone. grown. Something's gotta give. Everything's okay. The livelong day with this mellow song. I can't go wrong in a mellow tone. That's the way to live. If you mope and groan, something's gotta give. Just go your way and laugh and play. There's joy unknown in a mellow tone. In a mellow tone. In a mellow tone.
I am sitting here with Professor Jason Furman, the band, the leader of the band, I guess I should say, however we could go about that. And I have some questions for you that hopefully you can enlighten me and our listeners, which is, why don't you tell us first about Broward College and its relation to FIU and how that music program works there?
Sure. So this group in particular, and where our jazz program is located, is at the central campus, which is in Davie. And for a long time, we have traditionally been one of the two-year schools that feeds some of the programs at FIU. Not just jazz, our classical department, theater department as well, because like Miami-Dade College, we're a two-year degree college. And for this particular group, just try to get them from the Broward area, and when they're ready to jump into that next event in their life musically, then they move on to places like FIU. So, and there, I'm really just sort of been taking the program over. I worked at Broward College here probably about 15 years ago, 16 years ago, getting older
When you were
every
12.
day. Yeah, right. When I was 12 years old, and and I worked with a great friend of mine, Jason Hainsworth, who was running the program. So just working on bringing it back to sort of the days what we were doing with Jason back then, and got great students, and looking forward to see what they keep doing this year, and then when they're off from our nest into the next ones like FIU.
And speaking of this great band, why don't you tell us a little bit about them?
Okay, so these guys, I've been lucky enough, which obviously you teach college, you don't necessarily have a consistency in a group, usually semester to semester. I've been lucky enough to have Guillermo on bass since last year, so most of these guys, Adrian, he was here, started us with last year, and our drummers, we have now Joel playing piano with us now, but we've gone through a couple piano players, and Joel is actually a music technology major. So he did a recording industry program at Broward College, and then started hanging out with these guys and made the move over to the jazz combo. We've been delighted with that. And then we have Miss Ramos on alto saxophone. She came with us mid-year last year, never played jazz before, and just she had a beautiful tone playing. And I kind of just sunk her in with this group, and I knew guys like Adrian playing next to, who's already sounding great as a soloist, would help bring them up. And they hang out together all the time. They even played and rehearsed, like we were talking earlier. They rehearsed with me all summer long. Just keep going as a group. It's fantastic.
And how do you go about choosing songs for them to play, or do they choose songs?
They've recommended songs, although I'll admit I've mostly chosen the material just from experience. And I try to make sure, when you have a two-year program like this, we do our best to try to give them as diverse as a variety of music and experiences before they're gone, because they're here, and the next thing you know, they're off somewhere else. A lot of it, especially with the horn players, so I'm looking and thinking about arrangements that will fit the sound of the horn players. Of course, we have Guillermo is primarily an electric player. Been playing quite a long time, but also newer to jazz, so doing fantastic. So I try to find things that accommodate the sound of the group, and have diversity, everything from swing, hard bop tunes, which you'll hear, we heard a Matheny tune, and then everything up into some more modal things. We have a Kenny Wheeler tune. I'm a big Kenny Wheeler fan.
Amazing, yes.
So pretty much anything Kenny Wheeler. And I knew with Adrian's sound, it would be perfect for a Kenny Wheeler tune. Especially with them, it'll kind of remind me of the Kenny Wheeler, Lee Konitz sound that the two of them got. So we'll hear that in one of the tunes. And funk and fusion. We got two great drummers, and normally they'd bring a conga, so thank you for letting us use your snare drum in the room as a fall conga. But yeah, these guys, I just kind of look at them and think what's going to give a diverse set too for the audience, you know? So
Excellent.
they can perform and get the audience interested. So.
Now, when you're teaching in your ensembles, and for example, an ensemble on this, like this, what would be one or two really important things that you're trying to get across?
For them, I mean, a couple primary things is one, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mm-hmm. So that's what they're there for, is telling them to be comfortable. That's sort of like your safe space for jazz, right? And even when you're out, I mean, like I'll tell them all the time, if you're soloing, something doesn't feel right, or if you're playing a wrong note, you're never more than
half step away. Yes.
Right.
I know that one too.
Right? So, I mean, just basic things, and then just getting to the point where we're working on with a lot of hard material. These guys have a lot of hard material. We're slowly starting to take the music away from certain tunes so they can really start opening their ears. You know, just really feeling that interaction with the group. It's kind of a different thing than when you're playing in a pop ensemble. I know for myself, I know you play a lot of pop stuff, as I do as well, that I know that my jazz background allows me to really hear the groups I'm playing with differently than I think that if I just had a less diverse background.
Right. I think that gets to my next question. It kind of already answers it, because I think that would be a great answer. What advice do you give to up-and-coming musicians?
Man, diversity. Never shy away from an experience. I even tell these guys, if especially when we're at places like Broward College, or even in FIU, if you're a horn player, you play one horn, learn a double, play in the orchestra. You know, if you're an orchestra guy, go sit in with the big band. If you haven't been in a recording studio, go get in the recording studio. You know how it is today. I mean, it's different than it was for us 20-some years ago. You know, the industry. So, diversity really is the thing that's going to help make them be sort of their individual entrepreneurs to be able to be out there. So.
Fantastic advice. Thank you. And speaking of going out there and doing something, what are we going to hear next?
Okay, next is one of my favorite Hank Mobley tunes called Roll Call.
WDNA Jazz Gallery of the Broward Jazz Combo here on the FIU Music Hour on WDNA 88.9 FM. Please stick around. We'll be right back after these messages. Back in. This week, Florida International University's Herbert and Nicole Wertheim School of Music and Performing Arts presents the Vivid Viola Concert Series featuring Bach's Goldberg Variations at 7:30 p.m. at St. Patrick's Catholic Church. Please check out the FIU concert schedule for more about what's coming up in the next weeks and about tickets for this show. And now back to our show with the Broward Jazz Combo.
We're going to go on to Nicolette. We're gonna skip that one, running out of time. So Nicolette, and then there'll be an announcement, and then we'll close out with breakfast.
You've been listening to the Broward Jazz Combo with Alexandra Pola on vocals, Adrian Camacho on trumpet, Carolina Ramos on sax, Guillermo Vega on bass, Joel Teclas on piano, and Alexander Yanes and Alejandro Gonzalez on drums and percussion, and of course led by Professor Jason Furman here on the FIU Music Hour on WDNA 88.9 FM. I've been your faculty host, Dr. Russ Spiegel, and along with our executive producer, Dr. Karen Falas, I'd like to thank our crew of FIU graduate students, Samantha, Josephine, V, Gabrielle, Jerry, Rudy, and Christian, WDNA's sound and tech wizard, Alex Aldrich, and of course, today's tech, Brian, and the staff of WDNA 88.9 FM for today's broadcast. If you'd like more information on all our programs, make sure to call 305-348-2896. Or conversely, you could like our Facebook page and or our Instagram page, and to stay up to date with all our upcoming performances. Thank you so much for joining us, and make sure to join the FIU Music Hour for more great music every Tuesday, 11 a.m. to noon. Thanks again to our guests, and especially Professor Jason Furman and the band here today. Jason, what are we going to hear as our last tune?
Thank you very much for having us. And yeah, we're going to close it out with a fusion classic by the Brecker Brothers called Some Skunk Funk.